few seconds for it to kick over, and welcome everybody to Raven Ruffians, where we talk about Norse stuff, just random stuff, nerd stuff, whatever. I'm one of your hosts, Nordic Mystic, and to the other side of me on the camera, you'll see Connor the Broken.
When we play that back, you're going to hear that you just said, I'm one of the horses.
I said hosts. Hosts.
That wait till you get to play that back.
I mean, all right. A bit of a horse, so.
All right, Slipnir, calm down.
Don't call me Slipnir, man. It's kind of messed up. I don't want to be mom. It's an insult.
All right, so some of you guys might notice the shirts are gone. They were super effective, a little too effective, I think. They completely fainted the target audience completely to the point where
offenses were taken.
Yeah. Note to self: penguins are offensive.
Yeah, apparently. For those of you who missed out on the shirt, if you look at our last video, you'll see the promo. You'll also see, if you go to our website on RavenRuffians.com, in the merch section, we actually have a video link right there for our promo merch. I am very sad to say that it is currently unavailable, but who knows? Maybe we'll be able to figure out why, and we'll be able to bring it back soon. We'll see.
But give it like maybe a week. Come back next Thursday. There will be new merch. I promise you.
We're just gonna jump that one up next week. We're not even gonna wait until next month. Like,
no. It's it's beautiful. I wish I had it in front of me, but essentially it is a 1-for-1 creation of what Mr. Pig here looks like if he was an anthropomorphic King of the Hill character.
Wow. I'm glad we ran with that. Yeah, definitely.
Dude, I told
now
you.
I'm saying it again. Now I'm catching myself every time I say yeah at the end of shit. By the way, and that's on you. That's on you.
Run that back. Run that way, that. So I got to tell a story. So Pig's having this image drawn that he's got visualized in his head, and the artist Honey Badger's just drawing it, and she's like nodding it, and she flips a page like, "Is this what you meant?" And it is like this Looney Tune ass pig in jeans, sitting there like this.
The way you described it was the best. When you said it looks like the slogan for a smokehouse, like barbecue joint, and that's. I can't get it out of my head right now, dude, because now I can't stop thinking about what the fuck the one back home in Texas was.
It's probably that.
It's a pig, but I can't remember what he looked like, because all I can see now is what was drawn, and I'm all like, oh my god, really? This is what we're gonna do? That's...
Maybe we could sell it to them for their next rebrand. Oh man! So look out for that one. And for everybody
in Texarkana, if you haven't been, or if it's still there, Big Jake's Smokehouse is one of my favorite barbecue places ever, and their slogan is amazing. You might beat our prices, but you can't beat our meat, and I just fucking love that.
Yeah, consent's important. What's going like? I've been seeing a lot of TikToks with the whole Texas winter thing. Like, I'm from Texas, so obviously you've been keeping track of it. But somebody told me in the comments of one of their videos that I wouldn't know what it's like, so I should keep my mouth shut.
Well, all right. So the big thing is that the people in Texas that are like seeing this, like, we're not built for that. I live in fucking Hawaii. All right, like, this is gonna be like basically Texas, except there's a lack of 2 seasons. We don't get a fucking winter in Texas. Like, the biggest thing that happened to us in the past fucking like 20 years was the ice storm. And that one didn't do near as much as this. Like, this is actual snow. People aren't used to that. Their houses aren't built for that. They have no way of fucking heating a house without electricity, okay? It's not a thing we do.
But that being said, when I live in the mountains of the Adirondacks here in New York, being told that I do not know what it's like for a fucking snow blizzard And I'm like, dude, that happens in July here. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Well, so from what I understand, is the most that like bothers everyone about like the people in the north complaining about it is the fact that this isn't something that Texans are prepared for. All right, Texas is prepared for a lot of shit. Okay, fucking Russia coming like dropping out of the sky and coming at us from fucking shit. We're all prepared for that. We all got guns lying around ready for that. Fucking World War III, we're ready. Snowmageddon is not something we're ready for. Okay, we get like a half an inch of snow and schools closed. Right now they're looking at like 7 feet. Like this is something that they've never even thought happened. Okay.
Yeah.
Like
it's funny.
Shitting themselves right now.
Funny. This is true. It's funny, and it goes to like. So I don't know if you know about like mobile homes, but they're all pre-built, and they're a lot of them are pre-built in 2 halves and then shipped to the selling location, right?
Yeah.
The only homes in Texas that are withstanding these are the mobile homes because they were built universally for all climates, right?
Yeah.
People's homes are like collapsing in on themselves. It's crazy. And then you have like the trailer park, but down in the trailer park doing just fine.
Yeah. And then you've also got the fact that like the trailers are all built with like plugs for generators. Like they're meant to be powered off the grid. Like that's something they've foreseen. Like they know how that's going to happen, and like that's something that's built into all of them. People that have houses, they don't have that shit. They're right now, like I think like at least a quarter of them have already electrocuted themselves trying to hook up a generator.
Dude, there was a video on TikTok of an individual's home, like it was raining through their roof because the flood had collapsed their whole house, right? Best comment in the world, and it's terrible, but it's hilarious. The top comment on that video was oh, nice waterfall. It really helps with the feng shui of the room.
It's pretty bad out there, though. I feel really bad for him. I got a message from my dad yesterday, and he was telling me about it.
Yeah. So I feel like the difference between Texas and Hawaii is there's a lot more people eaters in the beaches in Hawaii than there's Texas.
Oh, there definitely are. There definitely are a lot more people eaters. The beaches in Texas are also filthy. I honestly thought all ocean water, except in movies, was brown. Like that was just how I thought everything was. I got to Hawaii and everything was blue, and I was all like, "Whoa, you can really see the bottom."
The ocean's brown in Texas. That's like the river water's brown, but the ocean that's
Mexico is filthy, dude.
That's gross.
By Corpus Christi and Galveston, yeah, it's not a good look, bro. It is not.
That's a no for me, dog. All right, so on topic. What you said that you had a plan today. What's your plan today?
All right, so one of the things that I've really been wanting to focus on, especially within the Ravens banner, for those of you who might be following who aren't part of the Ravens banner is a group that Connor the Broken started. He actually started it as a way to build kindreds and clans across the nation and kind of give them like the resources so that they can learn and follow the heathen path. One of the things I've been wanting to do is kind of get more activity going on in there. And one of the ways I've thought about doing this is if we were to say start a game night. Now the game night would be something simple, free to play games across multiple devices, so everybody has a chance to participate and do things within it, like a weekly game, right? So one of the things I was thinking about while I was looking at that is Norse games. Like there's an awfully lot of Norse games on Steam. I don't know if anybody knows this or not, but one of the ones that recently just came out was Valheim. That one actually looks pretty good. I'm actually kind of excited about that one. I've heard the graphics to it are a lot like what is that? Spellbreak, the little first-person shooter one, but it's like a survival like MMO game where you go out and you gather resources, you build up your clan, things like that. I'm actually really interested in it because it brought up a lot. Like to me, it reminded me of a lot that like there's a lot of games that use Norse mythology or even Norse references.
Yeah, like Smite does.
Yeah.
It's because shit's cool, man.
Yeah. Hey, Code, it's not my volume, it's your headset. Just putting that out there, bud. So,
The what?
No, so my friend Code, he lives down the road. He's saying that the volume isn't great on my end, and I'm like, bull, my volume's up. My mic's up, I'm good. You can hear me, right? You've responded. Connor.
Sorry, you lost me. You lost me. I got
Me,
a.
right?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes.
See? There you go.
My bad. I got a message and then I like just out what you were saying. My bad.
Uh,
I've never played it and heard of the game you're talking about though.
a couple of the guys at work were telling me about it over at Best Buy, so I was all like, all right, cool. And then a few of the guys in the banner are also telling me about it. I think Ravencross told me about it, and who else was it that I talked to about it with? Might have been We Are One. I'm not really sure. I don't really remember. I just remember I was looking through Steam for like all kinds of shit. But yeah, like there's a lot of games that do that. Like even Warframe. Warframe has a lot of the Warframes are actually named after like the Norse pantheon and things like that. And I always thought that was kind of interesting how they did it. I think they did a lot better than God of War. I think most people did a lot better than God of War, to be honest.
Well, it depends on what you mean by did better. God of War took liberties, right? Spun it from a.
So many liberties.
So, our own stories took liberties.
Fair
enough. Yeah, it's like being on the other side, right? Like that's essentially what it is. It's like imagine hearing about your enemy from the other side, and that's how war works, right? Like our side, we're told one thing, we're conditioned to believe one thing. The other side is told another thing and conditioned to believe that. Otherwise, why would we go on a battlefield and kill each other?
You know what? That is true. That is true. Actually, have you ever heard of the? I think it's written in German, but there's a book called The Ring Bearer, which is the opposing side of Lord of the Rings.
No.
Yeah, so the hobbits are actually delivering a device that will destroy their revolutionary, like, new, like, basically the Industrial Revolution to the orcs was happening, and to destroy it, the hobbits and the elves used the ring to destroy it. And it's like told from that side of the story. Like that was the whole premise, was that there's two sides to each story, and whichever one you're brought up is the one you know. And when you read this one, because I've read like some snippets of the translations and stuff, I've never actually gotten a hold of a full translation, but when they did that one, right, and they go on about like how the orcs were a peaceful country, like they were a peaceful country, they just wanted to stay where they were, and they needed to expand for resources, so they were trying to expand into unoccupied land, essentially. And it was the hobbits and the elves that were, and the realm of man, that were trying to stop them because they weren't utilizing those areas, but they claimed it like it was theirs. It's a very interesting idea. I love when things like that, when you come into it and you look at perception and perspective versus just what you're told, just how things are. Because I grew up with Lord of the Rings. Like that was one of the first like actual books I read, was The Hobbit. So like that story has always been part of my life. And when I was an adult and I found this book, I was like, what? So it's very interesting.
Sorry, just getting some really bad updates at like the worst time.
Hate when that happens.
Yeah. All right. Clear my head. Sorry, it's really not the time for it. Like we do this once every other week, and like hear nothing all day. Start the podcast, and then shit pops off, right?
Well, nature of the beast, I suppose. It's always at the worst times, yeah? Like, your car doesn't break down when you're not using it.
Yeah. Apparently my character's been called into question by an individual. He's seen who I truly am. I have not been active in the banner for 2 weeks, so I don't know how he's seen who I truly was by me not
I think
being there.
I know who we're talking about.
That's goofy, man.
Yeah.
It's good. I don't know what I don't know. Like I feel like too many. Okay, just I feel like too many heathens get a little too excited about the faith, and they go left field into role play, right? And every small action taken becomes this massive action, this massive call to arms, this massive call to war. And then people throw around phrases that they don't even understand the strength of, right?
Yeah.
Call each other cowards, call each other Nithingers, call each other honorless over small things because they've lost this faith, and now they're role playing, right? Like, and they don't might not even know that they're doing it. You might not even know that you might be doing it right now, and you don't even know that you're doing it. It's you are putting too much value in yourself and your self worth. That's just it,
Mm-hmm.
right? Deities are not your friend. They're not. They're not your buddy. They're not here to make sure your life it goes smoothly all the time for free.
Yeah.
That's not how it works, right? Arguments on the internet are arguments on the internet. They do not need death threats. They do not need you threatening somebody's family. You don't need to go crazy with it. This is not the 10th century, right? I'm not calling you skit the skag, and you're not challenging me to home gone, right? Like, you need to grow the fuck up, man up, and take responsibility when you fuck up, and stop pretending like the whole world is out to get you.
Yeah.
I am a bad guy. I'm a fucking bad guy to everybody because I don't play this fucking role-playing game they want to play. And I hold people responsible, and I do it in a reasonable way, and then they go fucking left field, and all of a sudden now I'm a coward, I'm a traitor, I'm all these fucking things. It is absolutely absurd. It makes me cringe. It makes me like not want to get online because I'm just like, I wanted to rebuild this faith, but what I see now is that this is a perversion of what it's supposed to be. Like, I think people got their OCs and their real life a little too close.
Yeah. I think it stems from the idea that we all have this self-image of ourselves. We all have this image of ourselves and what we feel like our faith makes ourselves be. Like, you saw it last night. My idea for that picture was 100% different than what ended up being on there first. But, I mean, it is true. How we see ourselves is almost a 180 from what we actually portray ourselves as.
Yeah.
And when it comes to online, when it comes to like being able to say things, a lot of people tend to have more false bravado,
yeah,
than they actually do in real life. So they feel that they've deserved more, or they've earned more, or that they should have more. And when it's not given to them, they have that snowflake mentality that it's not being given to them because everybody above them refuses to allow themselves to see that they're a better person.
And like the thing is like, they turn this shit off when they put their phone down, right? They're not going to fucking dinner acting like a fucking Viking.
Oh yeah.
And like, I don't know, man. I think me and you and like our generation has just gotten old because like this kind of like goofy shit on the internet is goofy to us. It's goofy.
Well, remember, we've also seen the internet at its goofiest. Like, when people would clamor and fucking go to arms over the stupidest shit on fucking the internet. But we were also part of that generation where before all of this, before all of the streaming and being able to, like, the 100% connection.
Yeah.
Like, if you'd have asked one of us what was going on in Africa, outside of CNN, what would we have been able to tell you?
I mean, fair, right?
But now we've got people that are putting up specialized fucking profile pics because the warlord in South Africa has done horrible acts. And I'm not saying that it's not a bad thing to fucking recognize that they're doing horrible acts, but we're looking at the generation of people who grew up with the idea that whatever they can do equals change.
I don't know. I just feel old. I just feel every day goes by I feel older and older because like I don't get the concept of standing in front of the camera and acting like a tough guy and threatening people. I don't understand sending messages threatening people over Discord.
Yeah.
Even when I was growing up, you didn't even threaten anybody. Like we didn't threaten people. Like if it was going to go down, it was just going to go down. When I saw you, I didn't even threaten you to your face. Like there was no time for that shit. And now people fucking throw threats around like it's a simple fucking thing. I don't get it.
I think Prof said it best. Pussy don't mean shit. Just throwing it around to land on some dick. Back in the day, that shit used to mean something.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, it's with age comes wisdom. I don't feel that wisdom was the thing that happened. I think it was just being able to see things from the way they were to what they are now and going, there's been a lot of loss here, guys. We didn't fall forward at all. We fell backwards. What happened? When you say something about it, when you speak against it, when you say, well, I mean, that's kind of fucked up, all of a sudden you're toxic.
I am very toxic, apparently, and that's the thing, guys. If anybody's watching it, if you think that you've seen the true me because of what somebody told you, actually think about what you've experienced with me and who I am, because I am being told on a daily basis that I am these things that I don't even fucking know what they're talking about. I don't fucking know. I'm not involved. You think I am? I'm fucking not. I promise you. I probably was at home doing my own shit because I have fucking shit to do. Promise you. I'm not conspiring against you. I barely even fucking know you. Didn't mean to take over the podcast, but like that shit popped off as soon as the podcast started. I get that shit. People telling me that I've fucking changed. You don't fucking know me.
Yeah, no. The problem is people see the side that like TikTok portrays. And you got like 60 seconds to put out at most all the information you want to get across. During that 60 seconds, there's a lot lost in translation that a lot of people just can't fucking comprehend. Because they don't want to go back and research it. They don't want to go look at it. They don't want to ask questions. So when you get that 60-second time frame, that window of like a glimpse into someone's life, they judge it based off of just that one frame. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas people like me who've... Shit, I've been following you for years. I mean, recently with the whole Ravens banner, we've built a pretty good friendship, pretty strong, solid bond here.
Yep.
We've got this idea of each other that we can see what people are saying and going, that is super out of context. Like that doesn't even fucking scratch the surface of what's going on. Like you're literally looking at one thing going, no, this, because every time I see one of those videos where somebody's talking about something you did, all I could think about is, y'all realize we're talking about the guy who sits in VR chats and draws dicks. Because that's the hilarity that we find in fucking watching movies.
Yeah, right. Like I'm just this comic villain bad guy that's doing all these things. But when I'm apparently doing these, like the rumor that you heard that I'm doing these things, most likely I'm probably fucking throwing popcorn at Pig in VR chat when I'm apparently doing these fucking things.
Or trying to figure out the physics that allow us to put tomatoes in the popcorn and move the popcorn.
Correct. Or switching to not moon gravity and throwing things at like bad scenes from the Star Wars Episode 8. So
yeah, things like that. Those are the things we do. A lot of people just seem to think we just sit around all day screaming about like, oh, this is wrong. Your UPG is false. Like, we saw a video about it. We made a statement. That's it. Like after that, you've left our minds. We don't fucking care anymore.
Yeah, like and
I
also like, like I know this is like a negative thing, but if you're in the banner and you think that I'm conspiring against you or that I'm going against you, you're probably doing something you shouldn't be. And I promise you, I'm not conspiring against you. It's just your own fucking guilt.
yeah.
It's just your own guilt. I'm not doing it. I promise you, I'm not worried about it. I have all of Dragon Ball Z Kai, Dragon Ball Z Super, Naruto that I have to fucking now watch, go through watch, filler in all, because I wasted my money on it. I ain't got time to fuck with you. Like that shit takes up a lot of my time. I got kids. I got a wife. I got a family. I like to do shit outside of fucking the internet. I promise you. I got a life. Maybe you should get one and stop this little role play because I'm not involved. All right. You're gonna get to Bowser. You're gonna get to Bowser's castle, and Bowser's not gonna be there because Bowser's got shit to do.
Yeah. By the way, I love the fact that you just made like, watching Dragon Ball Kai and Super and all that like a chore. Like it's hard work. You're all like, oh, I gotta review all these videos. Like you're sitting there in just pure bliss, just all like, oh, nostalgia.
No, it's since I wasted my money on them, I sit through the filler, which Kai doesn't have, but fucking Super and Naruto does, and I have to watch the filler. And I'm just like, dude, ugh. And I'm like, because if I don't watch it, then I'll be like, well, why'd I even buy this then, right?
True.
I don't know.
True. Like I keep looking over at my Quest. I'm all like, man, I really should do that today. But at the same time, I like rediscovered Halo. Which, by the way, I've already made
Fucking
Halo
flat
2
screener.
today.
Flat screener.
Well, if they come out with Halo VR, I'm in it, bruh. Like, I'm in that one to win it.
Look, all you gotta do is get virtual desktop, put the headset on, load Halo up, and play with the mouse and keyboard in real life, but you look through the fucking VR. And then it's no longer flat screen. Now you're playing VR Halo. You're playing VR bedroom. That's what you're playing. VR computer time.
Oh, it's fucking fun. My favorite thing, though, so far has just been the theater. Like, just watching movies for no fucking reason. Like, I have a TV right in front of my bed. It's the exact same thing, but
it's not 300 feet tall.
Popcorn at it.
It ain't 300 feet tall in front of your bed. It ain't the same thing.
That's true. It's not 300 feet tall. But again, if it was 300 feet tall, I'd be like, I would not be laying on my bed to watch TV. I'd be like somewhere else, like down the road.
I would just be laying in my bed, just far away from the screen.
The screen would be on the beach. That would make it an acceptable distance that I could actually see the son of a bitch.
Right. If anybody has Oculus Quest, let me know. I'll add you because I'm always looking for people to play like stupid games with.
Yeah.
Like the Attack on Titan simulator. I've been looking for somebody to side quest on their headset so we could play together.
Wait, that's a 2-player thing?
Yes, I've tried to tell you this.
Shit. I did not know it was a 2-player thing. I've just been running around in the training one where you go from tree to tree and just like slice the tops of the fucking things. That's all.
Yeah,
I think it's.
Just load the like Walmaria and it's multiplayer and it's awesome. But
there's a lot of games out there that I really like to play. Like, shit, I wish I'd have known more about Golf with Friends. I've been playing with that for fucking years. Fucking love that game.
Yeah.
Apparently, Stick Fight the game.
Yeah, stick. Yeah. Game's ridiculous. I'm waiting for like the U.S. military to release the real snake shotgun because I will buy that.
Why is it got to be the military that does that, dude? You know that's gonna be some redneck out in fucking Alabama that comes up with it.
Because you know it's going to be from the Army Depot. It's not going to come out of a fucking Smith & Wesson snake shooter.
That's true.
They're going to be like commercially grown, like trained military snakes.
Then you're gonna have to go down to the rednecks because they've already figured out a way to put their snakes in the gun. So they're all like, "Nah, bro, you don't have to buy their ammo. Fuck, I'll charge you half and give you two times as much."
Yeah, Bama's just shooting fucking rattlesnakes out of his.
I think
mine will just
and Kentucky would probably be the worst.
See, mine would just be garter snakes, which is even worse because they wouldn't kill you, but they'd must their stinky fucking piss all over you. Garter snakes are terrible. You clear out a garden, you pick up one of them thing, and they have this musk. It's like a urine like funky smell. It is just awful. But
I would definitely buy the Colorado version because I want to shoot bull snakes at people. The snake that pretends it's dead. Just then you're.
So that means, like,
why'd you shoot a dead snake at me? It bites you.
so I guess like the South American one would be like a bazooka that shoots like one anaconda.
It's a big ass fucking round, bro. That's artillery right there. That's not a bazooka.
No, the artillery would be the one in Jotunheim that just shoots Jormungandr. Remember? Oh, speaking of like a Norse thing, remember we were playing the stick game and I fell into that little that little hole and you shot the snakes there. I'm like, oh, you fucking Ragnar'd me.
That one was good, yo.
Yeah.
Oh, I found. So I was fucking around with the game yesterday, right? After we got off, and that knife with the blue thing.
Yeah.
It does phase you. Like you phase shift from one side to the other when you slice with it.
That's cool as shit.
I don't know how far you can go with it because once I hit the guy, like he fell off the edge, and I was like, God damn it! But it happens.
Well, we gotta end this because there's something we gotta deal with that's going on right now in the banner, unfortunately.
All right. Well, again, one of the things I'd really like to touch down on is we are looking to do a game night. So for those of you who are interested, aren't members of the banner, want to try and join, on the website RavenRuffians.com, we have the link to the Discord in there. Feel free, click it, follow us. We've got our Instagrams on there. We've got our merch, and we've also got some great sponsors. And speaking of sponsors, as we leave, I will make sure to play our sponsor as our out. But Ragnar the Trader, make sure you use code RavenClan. Other than that, guys, we will see you again in 2 weeks. And for those of you who wish to chat with us, next Thursday we will be replaying the video. So it'll be the exact same video, but we'll be in the chat actively chatting with people. So we'll see y'all then.
Sponsor RagnarTheTrader.com. Authentic drinking horns and Viking accessories. Great quality, great prices. Support them. Use code RavenClan. Support the channel. Skål.
Have you been looking for something special for that heathen in your life? Perhaps your altar could use a little bit more heathen touch. Why not check out Ragnar the Trader? At his website, RagnarTheTrader.com, if you use code RavenClan, you can receive 15% off and support the banner, as well as small heathen businesses. Check out RagnarTheTrader.com for all your carved horns or runic carvings on medallions. Anything you might need.